Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly and it is lovely to see you today. In this video I'm doing a review of a mindfulness journal, so grab your cup of tea and let's get to it, shall we? So before we start, I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer. This was sent to me for review, this book, but all thoughts and feelings are my own. This is not a sponsored video. Also, the tea was sent to me. You can see me unboxing that in a video that I will leave linked down in the description, and places to buy these things will also be linked there. But let's get on with it, shall we? So we have a new tea to me. This is a tea that the minute I saw this tea I almost died. This is called Silk Ribbon and it is chocolate and rose petal, and I can't even express to you how yummy this smells. It's like chocolate tea. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, that is so nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, coming in strong, T Spectral. I see you. So, to the review. This is a daily mindfulness journal, and this was sent to me after the people who put it together emailed me and asked me to review it, which was so cool. And if you ever see my videos and you have a product that you would like me to review, email is down below. So that was really cool. I've not had that happen much, so it made me feel very shiny and special, and thank you very much for sending this to me. I very much appreciate it. So let's get to the review. This is a beautifully put together little journal. It's got a lot of space to write in. Let me show you the layout of the page. You go through each morning these sections and this little section here. Then in the evening you come and fill out this section, and across the page this page as well. And then this little section here you can fill in during the day if you want. First thing in the morning, that's when I usually filled it in, or you can do it at night. And it's make a task list, draw your vision, write some poetry or a story, things you want to accomplish, goals, anything like that in that little box there. So that little bit is quite freeform, which is really nice. But it has questions every day that you answer. So if I show you here, you can journal what your thoughts and feelings are each day. I really liked that, and I like the colouring. I love the like really chilled out green with the yellow. Very nice, and it's easy to read, easy to take in what they're trying to say. I really appreciate that, because I know a lot of people who are visually impaired struggle with layouts, because it can be difficult if you have a light coloured writing with a light coloured background, but it's very clear, very easy to read. I appreciate that very muchly. I love the freeform section. Most days I would write tasks. It'd be like my to-do list for that day, and I would tick it off as I went. Or some days I drew pictures. See if I can find one to show you, because it will make you laugh. That's how good my art is. This will never be an art channel, as you can see. My drawings are not great. But I love that. I love the fact that I could use that in so many ways, and I could really take that moment to get out whatever I was thinking. If I was like a poet or an artist in some way, I could draw what was happening in my day or write a story about it. That sort of thing I really liked. That was probably my favourite bit. And I love the questions. I love the fact that they had an affirmation or quote of the day. And for that, I used my oracle cards. So each day I pick 3 oracle cards from 3 different decks, always from the same 3 decks. And so there I would just write down what those cards were. So I'm kind of keeping a track each day of what cards are coming up. So I really enjoyed that. I really loved that. Yeah, overall, just a really great little mindfulness journal. I've never used like a daily mindfulness journal. I do have this that I worked through a couple of years ago. It's a mindful self-compassion workbook. So it's working through traumas and things like that. Much more of a textbook kind of a thing, whereas this is much more relaxed. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, just go through your day. and I really enjoyed it. I really did. The questions really got me thinking about what I've got planned for the day, what I see for the day. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed just thinking about how I will be present, how I will be mindful, and how I will bring more happiness and things like that into my life. I really enjoyed that. I got so much out of that. It really got me thinking, and thinking a little bit outside of the box than I usually do. Although I practice mindfulness every day, it's always great to try new things, because mindfulness is a journey. It's not something that you're just good at or bad at. And I think a lot of people assume that you just wake up one day and you're born good at it, or you take a course and you're great at it, or you're useless at it. It's a skill. It's like you wouldn't say, I can play violin. I just woke up one day and could play violin. It's a journey. It's something that you practice every day, and I really enjoyed bringing this into my daily practice, my daily magical life. I really thought that it was just a great book, but there are a couple of things that I did have problems with, and one of those was how repetitive it was. Every day it's the same questions. There's no mix up, there's no difference, which is good in a way, but also bad. I did find the repetitive nature of it meant that I wasn't excited every single day to write in there, and there were quite a few days where I didn't use this book because I just thought, I've got to do those questions again. And the questions are very open-ended, and that is for a reason. They're questions like, today I will ... or today I'm so grateful for ... But I am somebody who rarely leaves the house. I'm a housebound mainly. I care for my mom. I care for myself. I have chronic illnesses. I'm not somebody whose days change very much. Like, my daily rhythm is quite the same. I wonder if this would feel as repetitive if I was, say, going out to work each day, or I had children. I'm not sure. If you've used this book and you have children or you do work, let me know if it has that repetitive feeling to it. But I did find that difficult to think of different things to answer each day, and that I would like it to have more of, say, 3 or 4 different layouts and them to be randomly placed in the book. That would be great. It would be great if it was a bit different, because I think sometimes if it's very repetitive, it takes you out of that mindfulness and you just end up writing out the same thing as you did the day before, because I've got to get this over with, because I've got to go and do this, that and the other. I think that is a shame, and I think it's a little bit of a missed beat with this book. That's just how I felt about it. I also wish that instead of asking you for a quote or an affirmation of the day, that it would give you one. There are so many amazing affirmations and world leader quotes or spiritual people quotes. I mean, I just can go on Pinterest and look up inspirational quotes, and there are literally millions of them. And so I thought that was a little bit of a missed beat, because sometimes, not everybody is good at thinking up affirmations and quotes. Not everybody is good at that sort of thing, and affirmations is something that I have only recently brought into my practice. And so I'm quite lucky that one of the oracle cards that I use does give me an affirmation for each day. So today's one is speak your own truth. So that's quite funny that I pulled that and then I'm doing a video. I quite like that actually. But yeah, I do think that if they'd put a quote or a affirmation in for each day, that would be amazing. I can understand why they didn't. I mean, I'm sure just printing off the same pages hundreds of times and binding them together is cheaper to do than having different layouts. But I think that was a bit of a missed step as well. Will I use this in the future? The answer is yes, I will. I will probably continue using it. I'm only about halfway through it. I will bring it into my daily practice, and I know that they have a couple of other books. So I'll leave links to all of those down below. So I might try some of those in future just to see what the difference is, if they've done different things in different ways, that kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed this, even if it was just for a way to keep track of my oracle cards and a little way to journal each day. I did really enjoy that. I enjoyed drawing my terrible stick figures and writing out my daily lists, my daily task lists. I got a lot out of that, so I did really enjoy that. Let me know what you think down below. Would you use this book? What do you think of my thoughts if you have used this book? If you want to get a copy of this for yourself, links will be down below. This is not sponsored at all in any way, but if you use the link down below, then I will get some money back, and that is at no extra cost to you. No pressure, just links are down below if you so wish. Next month we are going to be looking at The Elements of Spellcrafting. This is by Jason Miller. This was in a video by one of my favourite YouTubers, and I can't remember who it was, but they mentioned it anyway. It might have been The Witch of Wonderlust. If I can find that video, I'll leave it down below, because a lot of these witchy YouTubers that I follow will recommend books, and then when I come to read a book, I'll go to something that they've said. The Elements of Spellcrafting is basically 21 keys to successful sorcery. So this is the elements that will make your spells more powerful and actually work. As a new practitioner, as somebody who is learning to make her own spells, I thought this would be a really excellent book to read. So if you want to join me in reading this, I will once again leave a link right down below in the description, so you can read along with me and we can have a little, I don't know, little review together next month. So make sure that if you want to see that, you head down below and hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss it. I do one of these little reviews, but I do reviews of lots of different things, and I really enjoy just spending this time with you with a nice cup of tea. This should be the perfect temperature now. This tea is just exactly what I needed. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you just like sat there like, I just fancy some chocolate but I don't want to get some chocolate? This is your baby. I really enjoyed making this video today, and I really hope that you did too. If you did, then don't forget to leave me a cheeky little like down below so I know you enjoyed it, and I can bring more like this to my channel in future. I love doing these videos. They are so fun to do. I love it. It's like sitting just having a chit chat with my friends over a cup of tea, which is basically what I'm doing. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and you like my face and you enjoy my content, don't forget to hit that little subscriber button right down there so I know that you are joining the family, you're growing your butterfly wings, learning to fly. I am so excited because we are at 900 subscribers. Incredible. I can't believe it. This happened like last week when I couldn't record, and I was so annoyed with myself. I was like, oh Beverly, why can't you record? But we had workmen doing construction on scaffolding around my house, so I could literally do nothing. I had no control over it. But if you enjoy my content and me waffling on about workmen, then don't forget to hit that little subscribe button, ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays, my health permitting. I always do my very best to be here every week, twice a week. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed your cup of tea. Tell me down below, what were you drinking while watching me do this little review? If you're gonna check out any of these things, or you just fancy a chit chat, let me know down in the comments, all the things, because I love talking to you all. Stay safe everybody, stay inside, and I put together this playlist, so if you're feeling a bit bored and a bit hemmed in, kick your feet up, grab a cup of tea and keep watching. I'll see you next time guys. Bye. Mwah.